Hello, Gun Nation. Big Johnson coming at you. All right, we've got an exciting episode of the Armzmen quality concealment holsters. A lot of people ask, hey, what holster are you running? Where did you get that holster? Blah, blah, blah. Well, we're going to go over it here. These two particular guns are the Armzmen quality concealment holsters. I've been using his holsters for quite a while and really enjoy them. Done a couple of little adjustments on these, and I want to share that with you. The great thing about Armzmen, if you have a couple little tweaks, he can do it for you, and I'll show you what I mean by those tweaks. But anyway, we've got the Shadow 2 Compact. So a lot of people love that gun, have been asking me about it. And I wanted to get the holster just completely dialed in perfectly so I could carry it. So we'll start doing that because this holster is completely dialed in. And then on the the Shadow Systems CR920XP, this is the new holster for it. And if you notice, this is a Texas-made gun, and this is a Texas holster. So Armzmen was able to do that for me, and this thing came out awesome. This thing is, I mean, he nailed the colors right on the head, and I'll show you here in just 1 second. But let's get into Shadow Systems real quick. This is the CR920XP, as I was talking about it. It does have the TLR7 sub. It is the Glock model for this particular gun, but you can see we've got the high. You know, if you've got, basically he makes all of these high in case you've got the high sights, you know, the co-witness sights or the suppressor type sights. It is enclosed at the bottom. Both of these guns are completely unloaded. Just to show you, I do have the claw on here. And with the color of this holster, you know, we've got the red, the blue, the white, and it says made in Texas all over it. So you can kind of see that Texas made, but I think this is really, really cool for a Texas made pistol. Shadow Systems is located in Plano, Texas. And on the grommets, we've got the red and the blue. Those are aluminum. I think that is awesome too. And let's go ahead and take it out of here and I'll show you the gun. But there is the gun. It's the TLR7X sub. So it can take the rechargeable batteries, etc. And again, this is unloaded. But let's look at the holster real quick. So, I mean, all of the edges are super smooth. There's no problems with it. All fits perfectly. Everything is rounded off. There's no, you know, jagged edges, anything like that. You know, the claw, everything's torqued down properly. I do have the DCC mono clip on here. So these are the steel clips, but the way that he set this up for me also, I run the mono block, but then also I run the DCC, the metal clips that go on here. I do not run any plastic clips on any of my holsters. DCC is the way, if anybody's curious. But also I can run either a single, I can run a double here and take the mono block off. So he did make these options for me. And I really love that because if for some reason, you know, I didn't like this or I wanted to change, I can always go to the longer DCC clips or the shorters, whatever I prefer. But I do really enjoy this. I might raise this up just a little bit, and I'll show you here. We'll put this in, and I haven't started carrying this yet. I just got this in, but it pops in, has the really nice fit. But, you know, I've got large hands, and I am clearing this clip very well here, so I have to put this in the belt line and see. I might run it up one more, but that's the great thing. He's put the adjustments in here for you, so just move your screws up one more, or you can cant it in here if you need to. You can see the cant built in with the two holes. I'll pull this out one more time just to show you. There's your holes, if you can see that very well, and you can actually cant it, or you can adjust it one more up higher if you choose to. And, you know, of course, you want it deep concealment, you can do that as well. You can move this. It is at the lowest point now, but this will give you a little deeper concealment. So whatever you choose to do. But this thing came out awesome. Super, super impressed with it. He did a fantastic job and can't say enough about that. So I will, I'm still proving this out just a little bit more. So far, so good. I've got right at about 951 rounds, I believe, through this one. And it's been great. But I just still want to, you know, get a little bit more, probably one more box through it of hollow points just to make sure I haven't had any issues other than the first break-in. I think within the first mag or two, I think I've only had one failure within, yeah, it was the very first round in the very first mag. I've got a whole series that you can watch on this. but I had that one failure, and then a couple of times I've had to bump it forward. But that could be out of spec ammo because I was shooting like just plain 115 when that was happening. I had to bump it from the back just to seat it, I think twice in those 950 something rounds. So, but other than that, just that one failure, very first mag, very first cartridge going through it. So after that, no problems other than a couple times bumping it forward, but I think the ammo was probably out of spec. I've had that happen before. So, because it is a very tight tolerance gun, that's why they do say you have a 200 round break-in, but it's functioned perfectly. So, and as far as this one, look at this bad boy. With the setup that I did, I went with the silver and the orange and everything, so guess what he did? He got the silver and the orange holster. I mean, it's super shiny. I don't know how well you can see it on camera. Might not be doing it justice, but look at that. It's got that kind of sheen to it. I mean, it looks like art. This thing is incredible. But when I was talking about the tweaks earlier, okay, I am running the Lock Grips Extended magwell. It's the standard one. It's not the extra long, but it is longer than the factory one. So he's actually done the adjustment on it. So I can push this holster and it does not eject the mag. I have to reach in here to push the mag and then it will eject it. So by pushing on this, it does not eject it. I can push as hard as I can. You can see my finger turning colors, and it will not eject it from the holster, only if I press the button. Also on this one, and again, this is unloaded, what I went with is I went with the TLR7 HLX. So this is a little bit longer than your standard TLR7. This is the 1000 lumen model, and really, really like it. And again, this is unloaded. There's nothing in here, but I'll go ahead and that's the way that you decock these. And I carry this, I will carry this in the quarter cocked. So that's the way it will be with the safety off. However, I'm really, I love those extended safeties for a thumb ledge. So I have an extended safety for this that I took off one of my other Shadow 2 full sizes, and they fit in here perfectly. So I probably will put that on there just to have it, to ride my thumb on it so I can get more hand here. So I will probably be changing this out, and if you look, he did the cutout right here for an extended safety for me. So if you're running the extended safety, you just let him know, hey, I've got the extended safety, or I will be running it. He'll put that on there. So as of right now, when you put this in here, see, it doesn't come into play. However, when you have your extended safety, it will stick out some, and this blocks for that so it doesn't trick it on or off. So there's that feature as well. So pretty happy about that. But the fit, the finish on here, as I was talking about before, I do have the mono block on this. However, it is blocked for extra DCC clips if I want to remove this, and I can raise it up just like we talked about before, or lower it. And I can put the DCC clips, remove the mono block, and I can set up a single, a double, however I want to do this here. And I do prefer the 175s on the DCC single clips. I prefer the 175s over the 1.5. This is a 1.5, however, it's a little extended because you've got the top here where it blocks out. It's a little different, but this is what I like on the mono blocks. But I mean, this holster is awesome. You can see how it came out. Right here, he did this little angled cut, which is really, really cool. And of course, we've got the light in there. And to deploy it, it just pops right out. So I've got it a little loose, the way that I like it set up. So I did adjust these myself. Of course, that's the great thing about these. These are all fully adjustable for your particular setup. But I mean, I think it came out amazing. But Armzmen holster, he makes them light bearing, non-light bearing, outside waistband, inside waistband, all different kinds, different, DCC clips, plastic clips, which I do not recommend the plastic clips personally. I will only go with DCC steel clips. I've had too many plastic clips break in the past, even the American-made ones. That is why I personally will only use the metal DCC clips. I've had no issues with these. I do have the extensions put on these. So these are the longer claws. They're taller. You can get, comes with like a short, a medium, and a tall. I prefer the talls. He knows that, so he doesn't even send me the shorts or the mediums. I'll let him save those for other people. But when you get these, I believe they come with all three when you get the claw. But really can't say enough about these holsters. I mean, these are awesome. I've used plenty of his holsters in the past with no issues, so I'm super excited to start carrying these. But I will leave a link below for the Armzmen quality concealment holsters, and you can use the discount code. It's BJGG10, all capitalized. That will give you 10% off your entire order and free shipping for my subscribers. So please like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. I will also do a follow-up once I carry these because, again, I have not carried these. I just received them. So I will be carrying them, you know, all that good stuff. I'll give follow-ups, and I don't know if you noticed, but see the bushings here, or the covers here. I've got the silver aluminum and the orange aluminum there, so he can kind of do the mixing and matching like I've got my grips here. So I think this thing came out unbelievable. Just like with the grips and the magwell and how I decided to go with the silver and the orange. Everybody seems to like that. So, but let me know your input. Have you ever used an Armzmen quality concealment holster? Do you have either one of these guns, the Shadow 2 Compact or the Shadow Systems CR920XP? Let me know your opinions on these guns and if you've ever used Armzmen's holsters. But I really appreciate y'all so much. Like, share, subscribe, and remember, an unarmed nation's a very weak nation, so we all got to carry on.